Jungkook breaks down in Jin's arms. HYBE in turmoil as hidden truth explodes. The silence was deafening. In a moment that stunned millions, Jungkook, the youngest member of BTS, collapsed into the arms of Seokjin, sobbing uncontrollably, not on stage, not in rehearsal, but behind closed doors where cameras weren't meant to roll. Yet the footage leaked, and what it revealed was not just a breakdown, but the unraveling of a tightly guarded secret that has now thrown HYBE into a storm of internal reckoning. Why did Jungkook cry so violently? What did Jin whisper that made him tremble? And why is HYBE refusing to speak? The emotional implosion came just hours after Jin, the eldest member of BTS, made a cryptic and emotionally charged statement during a private gathering with close staff and select insiders. Without warning, Jin revealed a truth that had been buried for months, a truth that, according to sources close to the group, had been the source of Jungkook's growing distress and eventual decision to step away from HYBE. The revelation was not scripted. It was not approved. It was raw, personal, and devastating. Jungkook's departure from HYBE was abrupt, unexplained, and left fans worldwide in confusion. But now, with Jin's emotional disclosure, the pieces are beginning to fall into place. What could have driven the golden magne, known for his loyalty, discipline, and relentless pursuit of perfection, to walk away from the very company that shaped his career? And why did Jin choose this moment to speak? According to insiders who witnessed the scene, Jin's voice cracked as he spoke. His hands trembled. The room, filled with executives and staff, fell into stunned silence. He did not read from a prepared statement. He did not consult with management. He simply spoke, and what he said made Jungkook collapse. The youngest member, who had been holding back tears for weeks, finally broke. And in that moment, the image of him sobbing into Jin's chest became a symbol of something far deeper than a personal crisis. It became a symbol of betrayal, pressure, and the unbearable weight of silence. HYBE, the entertainment powerhouse behind BTS, has remained conspicuously silent. No official statement has been released. No clarification has been offered. The company's refusal to address the incident has only fueled speculation and outrage. Fans are demanding answers. Armies across the globe have flooded social media with messages of support, grief, and confusion. Why won't HYBE speak? What are they hiding? The emotional toll on Jungkook has been evident for months. Observers noted his increasingly withdrawn demeanor, his absence from key events, and his cryptic posts hinting at inner turmoil. But few imagined the depth of the conflict. Now, with Jin's revelation, the narrative has shifted. This is no longer about creative differences or scheduling conflicts. This is about protection, pressure, and a system that may have pushed one of its brightest stars to the edge. Jin's decision to speak was not impulsive. Sources suggest he had been grappling with the truth for weeks, torn between loyalty to the company and his responsibility to Jungkook. The emotional weight of that decision was visible in his eyes, his voice, and his posture. He knew the consequences. He knew the risk, but he chose to speak. And in doing so, he may have ignited a reckoning that HYBE cannot contain. What exactly did Jin reveal? While the full details remain undisclosed, those present describe it as a deeply personal and painful truth related to internal pressures, unspoken expectations, and a culture of silence that left Jungkook isolated. Jin, known for his protective nature, reportedly felt compelled to act after witnessing Jungkook's deteriorating emotional state. His decision to speak was not just an act of defiance, it was an act of love. The reaction from Jungkook was immediate and visceral. He did not speak. He did not argue. He simply broke down. The image of him crying in Jin's arms has now become a focal point of global attention. Fans are dissecting every frame, every expression, every tear. And the question remains, what could have caused such a profound emotional collapse? Speculation is rampant. Some suggest internal conflicts over creative control. Others point to the relentless pressure of global fame and the expectations placed on Jungkook as the youngest member. Still others believe the issue runs deeper, into the very structure of the company and its treatment of artists. Whatever the truth, one thing is clear. This is not a publicity stunt. This is not a scripted drama. This is real, raw, and deeply troubling. The silence from HYBE is growing louder. Their refusal to address the incident has only intensified scrutiny. Why won't they speak? Are they trying to contain the fallout? Or are they struggling to reconcile with a truth that threatens the very foundation of their brand? Meanwhile, armies are mobilizing. Messages of support for Jungkook and Jin have flooded social media. Fans are demanding transparency, accountability, and protection for their idols. The emotional resonance of the incident has united millions in grief, anger, and solidarity. This is no longer just a fan base, it is a movement. The implications for BTS are profound. Is this the beginning of the end? Can the group survive such a seismic rupture? Or will this moment become a catalyst for change, healing, and transformation? The questions are mounting, and the answers remain elusive. Jin's role in this unfolding drama is both heroic and heartbreaking. He chose to speak when silence was safer. He chose to protect when neutrality was expected. And in doing so, he may have changed the trajectory of BTS forever. His emotional vulnerability, his willingness to confront the truth, and his unwavering support for Jungkook have earned him admiration, but also placed him at the center of a storm. Jungkook's future remains uncertain. Will he return? Will he speak? Will he find peace outside the structure that once defined him? His silence is deafening, but his tears have spoken volumes. The image of him crying in Jin's arms is not just a moment. It is a message. As the world watches, the pressure on HYBE continues to mount. Their silence is no longer sustainable. The truth, once buried, is now demanding to be heard. And the question remains, will they listen? This incident has exposed the fragility of fame, the complexity of loyalty, and the power of truth. It has reminded the world that behind the glamour, the music, and the global success, there are human beings, vulnerable, emotional, and in need of protection. Jungkook's tears were not just a personal release. They were a cry for help, a demand for change, and a symbol of everything that has been hidden for too long. Jin's embrace was not just comfort, it was defiance, courage, and love. The world is watching. The fans are waiting, and the silence is growing unbearable. What happens next will define not just the future of BTS, but the future of an industry built on talent, emotion, and the unspoken cost of silence. And as the dust begins to settle, one question remains. Will the truth finally be heard?